So, over the last 30 years, it's a bit more than 30 years now, there's been a big revival in the interest in small pipes, led by Highland pipers, Hamish Moore and other people who come over here, who are looking for an alternative, quieter instrument to the Highland bagpipes that were blended with other instruments. And I and other makers have been developing modern designs of Scottish small pipes in lower pitches, because as you see, that's quite a small chanter for that one. And now the most popular chanters seem to be D and A, and C is very nice as well. But it seems to have settled down. Most people here seem to be playing A1s. And they have the same 9-note range as a Highland pipe has, and they're usually played in the same style as Highland piping. And just to point out, basic difference in my design, I think from most other people, is I do actually have a conical, even though it behaves like a small pipe, it's actually got the cone from about there down the way. Can you give us a bit of sort of the way it's normally played? So this is good Scottish tune with Scottish fingering.
Yes.
So get the kilt on there.
Donald McLean's show up to open.
So we wouldn't be here, Callum and me, if it hadn't been for the fact that I go every few years to show my pipes at the Early Music Show in London, which is at Greenwich Palace, and it's loads and loads of tables like this, only they're covered with drum horns and recorders and all sorts. And I bring my pipes along there and to display. And in 2009, well, you were studying over the road at Trinity College, weren't
Yes.
you? And you sidled up and very quietly and very politely asked whether you could have a go at a mouth playing set of Scottish small pipes. And I said, yeah, it's fine. There's a sort of soundproof booth over there. And so he went over with a set of pipes, and then suddenly this shattering sort of golden dunkers of incredible speed. People coming out. I didn't know who he was or anything. And I thought, well, I'm giving a demonstration later on the Sunday. I don't want to demonstrate my Scottish small pipes when you can do it 5 times better than me. So I asked you, I've got your name wrong. So what did I call you?
Jamie.
Jamie.
That's a nice name.
So I asked Jamie along, and he demonstrated playing, and then just before I was packing up, you very politely, because you are very polite, came up and said, "Would it be all right with you if I ordered a set of these pipes?" So got his correct name and address down, and you must have given me a deposit or something. And then you kept on phoning up. Well, not kept on, but you did quite a lot, sort of wanting to know how they were going, and then asking me rather awkward questions like, would it be possible to make the bass drain plate? I can't remember what it was. He kept on asking for more notes.
Yeah, so basically what it was, I used to walk, I had a walk, 20, 30-minute walk between my house and college in the morning. And because I get obsessive with things, so I only dedicated that amount of time during the day to thinking about bagpipe. Otherwise I realised I wouldn't get any work done. So I used to walk, and if I used to have my dough, I used to ring Julian up on the walk. And say, can you do this? And he always said yes.
Well, yes, I may.
Sorry, I'm setting you up for war.
But did he do it?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, I mean, I used to joke about, if I take any longer, because every month went by, you seem to want an extra
Couple notes.
addition. And so I was saying, if I leave it a lot longer, you will have reinvented the accordion, really. So you ordered this system with 5 plugs on the side. The Northumbrians, as you know, have little twiddlers, but I put plugs in, which is much easier to make, actually, all these little plugs. And you also, right from the start, did you order a key chanter?
Yes.
You did. And that I'm always very reluctant to make keys because I find it hard work. And my normal system is to take so long that I can convince the customer that they'd be much better without a key chanter. I did, actually what I did with Callum is I made the pipes, but I hadn't done the key chanter yet. Hi there. Hi. Come here. You okay there? Do you want to go over, please? I eventually sent them to you with a single chanter, saying that I'd send the double chanter back. And you got in touch with me within days of having it and saying, "Oh, this is great. You can go and play in the upper octave." And I thought, he's young. He's talking rubbish, but he's young. Because I've lectured a piping degree course in Glasgow and things, and I always wave these around and say, "Small pipes, you can only play in the bottom octave." So some of the squeaks, and the Montgomery seem to be doing some of the squeaks as well, but all those squeaky noises that I, for years, have felt very embarrassed, stand up in front of pipers and suddenly ghastly squeak, and I pretend. I hope they haven't noticed if I don't, if I don't make any facial twitch of doing it. You actually, well, you
Yeah, we've got.
what you think.
This isn't a chanter, by the way. But it doesn't actually have any keys on it, but I'll demonstrate it in a minute. I just picked it up a minute ago, and it does appear to work in this upper register. And I mentioned it in my talk, but you can do it yesterday with. Yesterday I mentioned that you can do it with a normal Scottish small pipe chanter if you have the correct reed. So I'll show you how it happens. But I originally discovered it because I had my small pipe chanter, and I would play the low G, and then flick the high B key here, which sort of acted like a speaker key on a clarinet, and shot the instrument up into the octave above. And it just so happened that all the harmonics balanced out and it was perfectly in tune anyway. This may or may not be in tune because I haven't actually played this chanter ever, but apart from a couple of minutes ago. So we'll see. But at least you'll see that the register is back. There we go, there's the C sharp. C natural. Yeah, so it does work. Okay.
What does the reed look like?
So you've got a full 2 out of 16 notes then?
No, it's 16,
What are
17, 18, 19,
Wow.
22 notes.
So when you got the key chanter eventually, you got the key chanter from me eventually.
Yes, that helped things a lot with it. The B key, yeah, exactly, the B key. So the chanter jumps. Shall I demonstrate on the board?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the chanter jumps at 12. So that means that your low G. That'll do. Right. So you have your normal range. Let's call it your normal register. Low G, A, B, C sharp, E, F, G, A. Okay, so that is your normal small pipe chanter scale. And I added a high B key on as well. Julian added the high B key on. So I had that note. And by flicking the high B key and playing a low G at the same time, the instrument would jump up a 12th. So the G then became a D. And then by progressing up, so the low A then becomes an E, and the B becomes an F sharp. And it goes up and up, so the C becomes, C sharp becomes a G, A, B, C, yes, E. And then the B key at the top becomes an F sharp. And that's the range of it. You can also underblow with this chanter too, which gives a sort of farting noise. Okay. Actually, Praetorius does describe this it works with crumb horns if you set the reed up right. And it underblows at 12. So you can go, you can underblow. Oh, actually, shall I demonstrate this?
Okay.
Since we're here. You can underblow and play in the lower register. It doesn't sound, the tonal quality, let's just say, isn't the highest quality, but it's still there. So that gives you 3 extra notes below. So you've got low G, then you play the B, that gives you F sharp. So you go down to low D. There we go.
So in I mean, you were obviously onto something. You were doing amazing. I wish I was videoing you at the Lowland Border Pipers annual competition, because I knew he was going to go up there. No one else knew it at all. I wish I'd had a camera on Hamish Moore's face, because he was judging, and then suddenly he goes up. Of course he won, and
Actually, I didn't, because I overran by 2 minutes.
of course he didn't win because he overran by 2 minutes, but he should have. And then we knew we were onto something. Well, you were onto something, and we got a grant from the Lowland Border Piper Society in 2013 to do a week's work to develop this chanter, which sort of fills the gaps in between. And it wasn't a week's work; it was 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, it's not ended really when it comes, but thank you, Lowland Border Piper Society, for that grant. So on you go. Explain.
Oh yeah. So we added, because there's this gap here between the G and the D in the register, you have to have 2 keys in order to fill the gap. So as we mentioned earlier, the high B key, which is this one, but we also added this C sharp key here, which then fills the gap. So you play your high A, and you play your B and your high C, and then you press this speaker key at the back, which then jumps you into the register. So then you can continue up the E, F, G. You then close the register key, that gives you an A, B, C, D, F, and etc. So yeah, I'll demonstrate that now.
Yeah, go for it.
Maximum. with the addition of the speaker key, that allows you, instead of, so originally when I was playing in the upper octave, I had to approach the high note step by step, going upwards. Going downwards, you could jump any note, but with this speaker key, that allows me to jump from any note in the bottom register up to the super high A in the top register. So, for example,
Can mere mortals learn to play that?
Yeah, that's just what I was going to ask.
It makes it really easy.
It's heresy, though.
You just have to.
I've been a heretic a long time. No, I mean seriously, I mean, how difficult is that to figure out? So yeah, the speaker key allows you to jump, make these huge jumps, and it works every time.